Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are working on the road again today. The last video we come in with the wood chipper and cleared all this area out. I really wanted to take this tree down, but I was overridden by my wife. This is a persimmon tree. It's hollow, it's horrible, but she loves it for some reason, so it stays. Anyway, that means this oak right here has to come down. This looks like a red oak, and we're gonna go ahead and lay it across the way here. It's got a natural lean that way anyway, so I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. And then I have one, it looks like a sweet gum tree behind me here. And once we get these two trees out of the way, and we'll come back with a stump grinder and grind the stump down on both of these, it'll give us a straight shot back for our road. And right now, it's gonna do two things. It's gonna make a lot cheaper to put gravel back here, because the original way we were gonna go in was gonna be we were gonna have to put an entire new road in. We're here, we're only have to come in from our main gate, and it's also gonna give us a little bit more security because anybody that has to come back here will have to come through the main gate and the fence. Eventually, we'll have the fence across the entire front of the property, and the only way in and out of the property will be through those gates. Hey, Christmas is just around the corner, and sometimes we need to get a Christmas gift for ourselves. This bolt-on grill is amazing, and I should have done it years before. I'm getting one for each one of the tractors, and what this does is help protect your investment. Your tractor is an investment, and a grill protects your investment. Installation is a breeze, and all of the hardware that you need to install it comes with it. I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can purchase this for your TYM tractors. Head and start it in a minute. All right, that could have been my most perfect cut ever in my life. You gotta come see this. So I'm fairly proud of this. This is probably the best cut I've ever done. It broke off at the hinge exactly. It was about 1.5 inch hinge across there. And I come across with my cut even, and it just did a really cool job. I'm so excited about that. Getting better at this. Guys, if you see anything I could do better, let me know. I thought that went pretty well. It's a pretty safe tree to cut down anyway. As safe as a tree can be to cut down.
It's called again,
Cedar?
Cedar is going to be able to spread out more.
Yeah, it'll bush out some more, especially when we clean up around this a little bit, but I'm not gonna clean up much because I don't want people to see. So we'll cut this off and make this this will be a saw log. There's probably a couple of good saw logs in there, especially for the small sawmill. And once I get this down, I'll come back and cut this stump off to the ground low, and then we'll take the stump grinder and grind this out of the way. And then we'll knock that little tree down with the mulcher. Nice clean log. We'll get the tractor and
Going the other way.
all right, had to run down and grab a wedge. Tree kind of set back on me a little bit. I knew it looked like it might, but I thought I might get away with it, and might was wrong. And we had to go grab some wedges and wedge it. It fell, no issues. Pretty good hinge. It broke off pretty nice. A little thin. Anyway. right, so this is not a stump grinder. You can grind up like 6-inch things, but I'm just going to run across this a couple of passes across the top of this to give you an idea of what it's not really good at doing. And this is where our stump grinder comes into play, and we'll swap this out for a stump grinder and take these two stumps out. But you can do some, basically if the stump is like older and dead, got a lot of rot to it, this will actually do it. But if it's green like this, let me show you what happens. It won't be horrible, but it would take you a long time to do it. Okay, so you can see now that's a sweet gum tree, which is fairly soft, and we did actually smooth it out, and probably I could sit here and keep hammering away at it. This thing is built like a tank. I don't see any. We have, I would say, we maintenance well, but we've abused it as well, and it's never given us an issue at all. But you can see that a stump grinder, which will put a lot more pressure per square inch in a certain area, is going to be a lot better off. And I wouldn't even dream of doing this with that red oak up there, because it would just bounce off. But a soft tree like a poplar or something that's been dead for a while, that's in the ground, you can knock down some pretty big stumps. We knocked some down yesterday that were probably 25 or 30 inches around. And that was just because they were rotting quite a bit. It still was a challenge. But anyway, let's go get the stump grinder. All right, so we got the 2515 with a stump grinder on it. Now we're gonna come up here and finish knocking out that stump we were playing with earlier. So this is only a 25 horsepower tractor, but you don't need a lot of horsepower for the stump grinder, but the extra weight of this tractor, this is where this is a winning platform. Now, if you need a high PTO horsepower, I get a lot of comments. People will buy this tractor and then be disappointed that they can't pull a 7-foot implement. Well, you know, a PTO implement. And the reality is this is a 25 horsepower tractor. It will lift a lot. It will pull a lot, because you don't need a lot of horsepower to pull or lift. However, you do need a lot of horsepower to run bigger PTO implements like brush hogs and tillers. This tractor is pretty much going to be limited to a 5-foot bush hog or flail mower or tiller. So it's just something to think about. But for this kind of stuff right here, it's spot on right. So I went ahead and I guess I went probably 8 or so inches under the surface there, because I'm going to be coming around with the grader at some point. I don't want to ever hang that stump. So what I've done is I ground down past the actual stump to where I got to individual roots, and you can kind of tell. You learn to run the stump grinder based upon sound some, so you can hear things like the roots breaking versus actually you're in the hard stump. Now this oak is going to be a lot more difficult because it is just a harder tree. Sweet gum is pretty good. Like I said, I went pretty crazy on that. That's, you know, normally you wouldn't break you just knock it off about 3 to 4 inches under the topsoil, put the dirt back over it, and you're good to go. You can grow grass on it. With here, we're going to be building a row through here, so I want to bust this up as good as I can, but I don't want to like take this root out with a backhoe, because then I'll have a big sinkhole here. So we're just going to bust it off the top and maybe try to get down to the roots with this one. I don't know. We'll see.
You want to go too deep because you got the other roots of the other trees too.
Yeah, well, that's true. Got a little too greedy on that one. You can really smell that red oak. Okay, so that is approximately a day for us. We've been out here messing with this for, I would say, somewhere along the lines of about 4 hours, between swapping out pieces of equipment and cutting trees down and swapping out equipment again and swapping out tractors. So about 4 hours we cleared those 2 big trees, and then we started moving some dirt in here. So what I want to do is get this like a ramp built up around, so the water will go this way, and then we're going to put a culvert here because this will be a natural water flow right through here. And then we start bringing gravel in. We've got a load of gravel already, and I'm excited about it, but we still got a lot of work ahead of us. Hey, I really appreciate you watching our channel. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. God bless. Have a great day. Can't believe Gizmo didn't come today. Lazy dog.